Good afternoon, members, and good afternoon to the viewing public. We are back from recess, the joint committee meeting with the Ways and Means and the JGO committees. Yesterday, right before recess, the committee um, voted on to issue subpoena ducis tecum for individuals. But before I get into that, I would like to recognize the members of the committee that are with us here this afternoon. Under the JGO committee, we have the chair to my right, Rep. Selena Babauta. I am a member of the committee, Donald Malonia, and we also have joining the committee is Rep. Ed Probst, Rep. Tina Sablan, Vice Chair and Vice Speaker BJ Attal, Rep. Vicente Camacho, and Rep. Richard Lizama. And under the Ways and Means, we have as the chair, Donald Manglonia, and the vice chair, Karina Magofnia, who is joining us online. And we have Rep. Selena Babalta, Rep. Richard Lizama, Rep. Vicente Camacho, Rep. Denita Yaktamai, Rep. Joel Camacho, Rep. Leila Staffler, Rep. Tina Sablan, Rep. Ed Probst. And joining us, joining the joint committee is Rep. Ralph Hummel. So yesterday, the committee again voted to issue subpoena ducis tecum to 4 entities. We have the Secretary of Finance, Sir David Atalik, Secretary of Commerce, Ed De Leon Guerrero, to Banco Saipa and John Arroyo, and Office of the Governor, Will Castro. The subpoena ducis tecum was to subpoena documents related to the Boost program, including but not limited to the list of applicants who have been awarded and the amounts awarded, applicants who have been denied or are still awaiting disposition, all contracts awarded relating to the Boost program, including but not limited to administration, marketing, advertising, event planning, or other aspects of the program, any guidance, regulations, requirements, internal or otherwise governing the administration of this program, as well as correspondence related to the administration of the program, any criteria or rubrics used in reviewing applications, the names of the review panel, and a description of the review and decision-making process, and the sources of funding, the total amount of funding actually available, and the caps on Boost awards, if any. With that, members, the subpoena ducis tecums have been prepared, but before we get them issued out, we just wanted to take care of additional requests, and then as we adjourn today, these subpoenas will be served. We ended up under miscellaneous yesterday, and so if there are no objections, we will move back to item 4, subpoena ducis tecum or subpoena testificandum.
No objection.
And at this time, I would like to open the floor to the members. I recognize Rep. Tina Sablan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon, colleagues. I'd like to offer several motions. One is to add the Bank of Guam to the list of recipients that we will be issuing a subpoena ducis tecum for. I so move.
Second.
There was a motion to include Bank of Guam to on the subpoena ducis tecum, and it was seconded. Discussion on the motion. I recognize Rep. Sablan.
And just for further clarification, this subpoena ducis tecum would be to similarly obtain documents related to the administration of the Boost program and the role that Bank of Guam plays in that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other members under discussion? If there's none, can I call on Cameron to take roll for Ways and Means?
Representative Karina Magofnia.
Yes.
Representative Selena Babalta.
Hunggan.
Representative Vicente Camacho.
Yes.
Representative Richard Lizama.
Yes.
Representative Edwin Probst.
Yes.
Representative Christina Sablan.
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho.
Okay.
Representative Leila Staffler.
Again.
Representative Denita Yanktamay.
Aware.
Chairman Donald Manglonia.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 10 members present voted yes, and 2 members are absent.
Thank you, Cam. At this time, I would like to recognize Cam to take roll for JGO.
Representative Blas Jonathan Attal.
Yes.
Representative Christina Sablan.
Yes.
Representative Donald Manglonia.
Yes.
Representative Edwin Probst.
Yes.
Representative Richard Lizama.
Yes.
Representative Vicente Camacho.
Yes.
Madam Chair Selena Babalta.
Hunggan.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, all 7 members present for JGO voted yes.
Thank you, Cam. With all members in both committees voting yes, the motion hereby passes. All right. And with that, Bank of Guam will be added to the list of subpoenas. Any other members with any? We're still under subpoenas.
Mr. Chairman, may I request a very brief recess?
Short recess. We now rise back from recess, and the floor is still open. I recognize Rep. Tina Salon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to amend the subpoena duces taken for the Department of Finance to include copies of all business license applications submitted, including pending applications, as well as copies of business licenses issued for all Boost applicants from May 2022 to the present. I so move.
Second.
All right, there was a motion made by Rep. Sablan and was seconded to add an eighth item to the subpoena duces taken to Mr. David Atalik, Secretary of Finance. Discussion on that motion.
Ready?
Ready? At this time, I'd like to recognize Cameron Nicholas to take roll for Ways and Means.
Representative Karina Magofnia. Representative Selena Babalta.
Hungan.
Representative Vicente Camacho.
Yes.
Representative Richard Lizama.
Yes.
Representative Edwin Probst.
Yes.
Representative Christina Sablan.
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho.
Yes.
Representative Leila Staffler.
Ungan.
Representative Denita Yangtamay.
Aware.
Chairman Donald Manglonia.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 10 members present voted yes, and two members are absent.
Thank you, Cam. At this time, I recognize again Cameron Nicholas to take roll for the JGO committee.
Representative Blas Jonathan Attal.
Yes.
Representative Christina Sablan.
Yes.
Representative Donald Manglonia.
Yes.
Representative Edwin Probst.
Yes.
Representative Richard Lizama.
Yes.
Representative Vicente Camacho.
Yes.
Madam Chair Selena Babalta.
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman and Madam Chair, all 7 members of the JGO committee present voted yes.
Thank you, Cameron. With all members from both committees voting yes, the motion hereby passes. And with that, I now open the floor to the members for any additional motions or comments. I recognize Rep. Ed Probst.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, colleagues. Just want to call into the fact that, again, here we are issuing subpoenas because Ralph Torres is unwilling to come forward and give us the information we've requested. It's straight up to him. You know, he is actually the one that should be subpoenaed. I mean, he is the expenditure authority. He makes the calls, the shots. And so here we are. We're going to do the subpoena. And of course, all this information will come to light after the election. But Ralph Torres goes in the media and preaching and telling us that, hey, you legislature, chairman, both chairman and members, stop spinning things, stop lying, stop telling false things, stop being anti-business. Ralph Torres talks a big game. Why did he come up here and show up? Talk with us, give us a list. He didn't actually even, he can send one of his people to give us the list that we've asked. And that's just one of many things that we have questions for. And something that I have huge concerns about is this is a grant. We've seen how easy it is to apply for it. There is a list going around of brand new businesses, entrepreneurs, we can say, that have opened up. Questions abound. Have they received them? How are they related to Ralph Torres, or what is their relationship with Ralph Torres? Ralph Torres is reluctant to release this list for a reason, but he doesn't want to admit it. And if he says this is not political, he's not buying votes, then why won't he release it? And why won't he tell us who received and how much? Furthermore, where's the accountability when it comes to this? We are told that we are anti-business, yet all we're asking for is fairness, transparency, and accountability when it comes to giving out this boost. That definitely would help many businesses. What is the amount of this boost? We still don't know. Is it 12 million, 10 million, or 6 million? We're hearing different figures. And of course, Ralph will laugh about this, and he doesn't care because he often gets away with everything. And he'll lawyer up as he always does, even if we were to try to subpoena him again. So I understand us not even trying to subpoena him because apparently he is above the law. So I understand that. But how is it possible that these boost grants? So let's say, because as far as we know, it's federally funded, right? It's coming from ARPA funding. So they have this program. You get the boost, you do your business proposal, and you get awarded it. What if you don't go through with that business plan? How do they quantify? How do they know that this business is sustainable? That this business will survive? What about those businesses that actually did survive? Sodalor, U2, the pandemic, and they're just skating by. Some of them not receiving really any, just paying, doing everything they can to pay their taxes. Not much more than that. And how much they're hurting. How this could help them. But are they prioritized? We don't know. But if a brand new business just started up, a startup business, an entrepreneur says, I want to start this, I want to start my auto shop, for example. Okay? And you get that. How is that more of a greater priority than any other business? This was sent to me just a few minutes ago from a business person who, of course, wants to remain anonymous because he actually applied for Boost and still hasn't heard anything. But this is what he says. From everything we have seen so far and all that we haven't been allowed to see, it appears that this Boost program isn't about helping small businesses. As with everything else this administration has done, it is about helping Ralph Torres and his cronies. Sad for all the incredible businesses in our community that could really use and truly deserve an equal shot at support. And he said, can you please read this into the record from me as an anonymous small business owner if the opportunity arises? And I said, I'll read it. I won't release your name because you will never get Boost if I release your name. I've never heard of any grant in my entire life where we don't see what are the recording requirements. Reporting requirements. What are the deliverables? What are the do's and don'ts? What are the penalties if you spend this money? What if I were to take this and I decided not to, but I wanted to spend it all on poker? Am I going to be penalized? It brings back to the concern that yesterday when we were, it was Vice Speaker BG Atau who spoke about his concerns that if we don't follow these rules and if there's an audit, we will find out later that somebody has to pay for it. Who's going to pay for it? As usual, it will be taxpayers, not Ralph Torres, not those who came up with this plan, and not the ones that receive the money, but it's going to be the taxpayers, our taxpayers. Ralph Torres can simply educate us because we were, by the way, attacked and called the lazy legislature, right? The lazy legislators. So, well, Governor, come on in, enlighten us, educate us. Again, he won't do it. So here we are with these subpoenas, having to go through the full gamut of motions, And Ralph Torres could have simply just said, hey, Dave, Finance Secretary, Atalik, release the list, give it to them. They want it. He could do that, and we would get it in mere seconds, minutes. So disappointing, but not surprising when it comes to Governor Torres. Deplorable. That's all.
Thank you, Rep. Probst. Floor is still open. Recognize Chair Babalta.
Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. I too wanted to talk about people who have been messaging me through email, WhatsApp, Messenger. Comment from one of those who emailed me said this is the link for the Boost website that continuously rejected my Boost applications. So that's one of the messages I've been getting. Another constituent sent a WhatsApp message to me saying, please look into the Boost. I applied since the start or when they first announced it, and to date, he has not received any communication whatsoever with regard to his Boost application, while others have already received their checks. So this is the disparity we're trying to get to understand it better. And I also want to state for the record that este pagumamatay na business who presenta zo halom gi Bank of Saipan. Put pa bifamaisin question. Who sodda un hobincito gi sanhizong guiza mananai huzong aplikasyon para este i-boost. Who faisin purezi para ilancero siya na boost. Ufaisin i prohimo leko haftay mano tungumidzo na lancero pat pescador i manaplilika. Ilinga man masangoni ham na kumu man manai litroto sufficienti enno na ebidensya poro maatlog na pescador pat lancero i manaplalay nesti boost. Pues ufaisin le kukosinya zo umaliza ni hadzi humahando este boost na program gi Bank of Saipan. Mapresenta zo halom gi uno na supervisor tibe hu lagngo sinanya pago na tempo. Lo ututun fu maisin questiona. Za gofa durante gitutuhun. Ani presenta zo halom zo sangani ni na anno zo faisin hafa izo muro gwini gi todo este boost na programa. Hokuka masangonizo na hokuka titonya di prohimo ni supervisor gi Bank of Saipan poro recibi aplikasyon za pro input gi computer. Makpuha titonya gweno. Anay hufaisin hadzi mana prereba ni estin aplikasyon hasangonizo na maulengnya un quintusi im agosto. Timalago esta man oppi question. Pues istigine na in tsatsagi comprende este na programa sa todza a reglamento. Nyun halum gi boost na website todza a reglamento. Hafa na po sige man na i-check ja sige ma-extendi loki i-deadline gin mismo tempo. Jangin hoko kisalapi mohon gi Oktobre ja sige man accepta no aplikasyon hasta November dia 18 sa idzigi i-deadline ni ma-extendi talo por los últimos. Idzigi nang keke comprendi este. Sa ti todo man matratrata parejo. And I find it quite hysterical that in an article this morning, Governor Torres says that the House committees are welcome to boost information. Esta presenta zo holom gi Bank of Saipan, taza malago manokpi questiona. If what Governor Torres says is true, then we wouldn't. We should throw away all our subpoenas. So according to Governor Torres, we can have access to all the information. Lo taza malago manokpi. Edzo na necessary ben exercisa hafa autoridad mami guni put pa information subpoena information pa dokumento. Istigin na programa in mas taza a reglamento, taza regulation, taza policy. In fact, pago na haani guaha otro na boost malaknos edzi I workforce development. Guidasti I job placement. The at face value ne maulik istisya na programa. Lo taza timan matratrata todo pareho. Ja inigi sigon gi los cuantos siha na man aplica para este na programa, ja timan manona ilanya tip fair I programa ni haji manona I jan cuanto manona I. Intingo na guaha business mapusa na semana ni manaplilika business license antes the deadline of November 18. Zamanai business license put porof an aplika nestin I boost program. Za edzi I manaplika ni agasagwaha business niya manaplika disti tinituhon ni na programa disti pago na ora te masangangani itauto. Ko kabalis dokumenton niya I otro hafa na sige no I sistema ha reject zon application. Taza komunikasyon zan estisay man manaplilika. Za istige na rason na inkeke comprende esti. Si Zeus Masi, Chairman Manglonia. I yield.
Thank you, Chair Revolta. Any other member? I recognize Rep. Sablan.
Just briefly, chairs, I really don't blame anyone who applies for these grants. I get it. It looks like vote buying, especially with the timing and especially with the lack of transparency and the apparent lack of fairness about who gets an award and how much they get and who gets ignored or rejected. But I do get that there are legitimate small businesses that legitimately need help and have been needing help since the very beginning of this pandemic. All I think any of us are saying is that if you're going to roll out a program like this, do it right. Do it fairly, do it transparently, publish the guidelines and the regulations, publish the criteria so that people can know how they will be evaluated. And make sure that there are measures in place for accountability after people actually receive these funds. Because as Rep. Probst has pointed out, as Vice Speaker Attal has pointed out, if this program is audited, and if it is found that public funds have been distributed improperly or unlawfully or are being spent in ways that violate federal conditions, for example, people could be on the hook to pay these funds back. The government could also be on the hook to pay these funds back. And that helps nobody. People need help now, but having to pay this down the road helps pay this back down the road or face other penalties possibly in the future. That helps nobody. And I think that the steps that we are taking now are really steps that are meant to protect this community and to safeguard the public funds that are being paid out right now with no regard for fairness or transparency or accountability. And on that note, chairs, I'd like to offer a motion if now is the appropriate time for our third set of subpoenas. And I now move for the Committees on Ways and Means and Judiciary and Governmental Operations to issue subpoenas ad testificatum to the following individuals: the Secretary of Finance, David Attilig; the Secretary of Commerce, Edward De Leon Guerrero; the Department of Commerce Director of Economic Development, Jesus Taisagui; Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. William Castro; President of the Bank of Saipan, John Arroyo; Bank of Saipan employee and Boost Program Administrator, Karen Callan; and the Bank of Guam's Marcy Tumakani. I so move.
Second.
Thank you, Rep. Sablan. There has been a motion for the subpoena testificandum to, and I'll repeat, the Secretary of Finance, David Attilik; Secretary of Commerce, Ed De Leon Guerrero; Mr. Jesus Taisagui; Mr. William Castro; Mr. John Arroyo; Ms. Karen Callan; Ms. Marcy Tomokani. And for clarification, subpoena testificandum is to subpoena these individuals to come before the committee to testify before the committee, which will give the opportunity for members to ask questions directly to these individuals. All right. And so the motion has been made and seconded. Discussion on that motion. I recognize Rep. Sablan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And similar to the previous subpoenas that we've issued, I offer this motion to include that the issuance of these subpoenas and the scheduling of the hearings to receive the testimonies of these individuals shall be subject to the discretion of the chairs to coordinate the scheduling and the venue. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Sablan. And at this time, I would like to recognize the LA Cam Nicholas to take roll for Ways and Means.
Representative Karina Magofnia.
Yes.
Representative Selena Babalta.
Hungan.
Representative Vicente Camacho.
Yes.
Representative Richard Lizame.
Yes.
Representative Edwin Probst.
Yes.
Representative Christina Sablan.
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho.
Okay.
Representative Leila Staffler.
Again.
Representative Denita Yanktemay.
Aware.
Chairman Donald Manglonia.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, 10 members present voted yes and 2 members are absent.
Thank you, Cam. At this time, can you continue with the roll for JGO?
Representative Blas Jonathan Attal.
Yes.
Representative Christina Sablan.
Yes.
Representative Donald Manglonia.
Yes.
Representative Edwin Probst.
Yes.
Representative Richard Lizama.
Yes.
Representative Vicente Camacho.
Yes.
Madam Chair Selena Babalta.
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, all 7 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Cam. With all members from both committees voting in the affirmative, the motion hereby passes. And with that, and based on the recommendation or the suggestion from Rep. Sablan, we are looking to schedule the testimonials for these individuals around the week of December 12th, towards the ending part of that week. But we'll also leave the following week, the week of the 19th, open should we need additional days. And so just so that we can issue out the subpoenas, we'll go ahead and schedule for the 16th of December. We'll start from that Friday and then carry on the following week should we need the additional days. And so that members can plan and schedule accordingly. We understand that the holidays are coming up the following week. So if anything changes between now and when the subpoenas are issued, we will notify all members. And so we will prepare these subpoenas and issue them later on this afternoon to include the subpoena ducis tecum. All right, thank you, members. With that, any other discussion? We are still on the item of subpoenas. If there are any other motions, we can address them now. If none, we move on to the next item on the agenda, miscellaneous. Floor is open. Ready? Okay, all right. If there are none, we move on to the next item on the agenda, which is adjournment. Can I get a motion? All right, a motion was made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. The joint committee meeting hereby adjourned at 2:33 p.m.